SENDCAA, and we are live. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. My name is Jen Lee at Legal Services of North Dakota, and today I have the pleasure of talking to Sarah Hasbargen and Sarah, if I totally butcher your name, please let me know. It's so easy when you see first names, and then you go look at someone's last name, and you're like, wait a minute, do I say that right?
Right.
So, so we are talking today with Sarah about SENDCAA, which she's going to explain all about what all that is. But thank you so much for being here. Feel free to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you and your organization.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. So, yeah, I'm Sarah Hasbargen, and I've had so many versions of that my last name. I think my favorite is like Hassenberger. It was like anyway, it sounded like a fast food restaurant. But I am the deputy director of SENDCAA, and as a part of my programs here, I oversee the self-sufficiency program, and I also oversee the child and adult care food program, and then I just provide support for agency operations for the rest of what we do. Um, I can jump into a little bit about SENDCAA if
Yep,
that would be, yep, okay.
yep, go ahead.
So SENDCAA stands for Southeastern North Dakota Community Action Agency, and we are the community action agency that is designated to serve Cass, Ransom, Richland, Sargent, Steele, and Traill counties. There are community actions all across the nation, all across North Dakota, and we are all federally designated to alleviate poverty. Now, we are also mandated to have local control. And so what that means is if you've seen one community action agency, you've seen one community action agency. We all look different, have different services, different logos, things like that, but we all are bound by our same mission to
Mhm.
alleviate poverty. And so
Okay.
there are community action covers every county in North Dakota. There are 7 other community actions in the state.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are the main services that SENDCAA provides in their region or in your region? Yeah.
Yeah, so I like to say we provide a continuum of services from birth to literally 100 and plus years old. That's one of my favorite things about the work we do, actually. One of our key programs is Head Start Birth to 5. That includes an early Head Start site and then Head Start sites in Fargo, Wahpeton, and Lisbon. We
Okay.
serve about 330 children in that program. And
Wow.
Head Start is early childhood education, really one of the um, biggest proven indicators to help children move out of poverty. And then we have affordable wraparound childcare. We have affordable housing development. We have units in West Fargo, Fargo, Gwinner, Lisbon, Hatton, Castleton.
Okay.
And then we have self-sufficiency programming, and I can kind of table that
Yeah.
one because that
Okay.
the list gets really long. And then we have weatherization, which is they do energy efficiency and home rehabilitation to help homes be more healthy and energy efficient and safe for families and anybody. And then we have the child and adult care food program that helps provide reimbursement for nutritious foods in child care homes. And then
Okay.
self-sufficiency, which we do anywhere from emergency one-time assistance for people experiencing a housing or utility crisis. We can help alleviate that initial issue, but then we also do career coaching. We do family empowerment coaching to really help people move into self-sufficiency.
Lots and lots of
There's
programs. That sounds
Yes,
amazing.
there's more in there too I didn't cover. So our website has everything.
Like I don't want to keep talking for an hour on. No, it's okay. But
Exactly.
it's
No.
so but it's so interesting because there are so many different things that organizations do, including SENDCAA, that try to help uh, bring people to the level where they're being able to contribute to society and they have all the things they need, and it's amazing to see how many things that one organization can do towards that. So
Yes, it is.
very
Yep.
cool. And what are you seeing right? I know the world is a little crazy all the time. I feel like it just gets crazier and crazier. But what are you seeing as some of the most in demand programs or services right now?
Yeah, we definitely always see a need for Head Start. That
Mhm.
program always has a huge wait list that continues. Housing homelessness is absolutely a dire need right now. Especially
Mhm.
there's been challenges identifying units that are affordable and low barrier. We have a lot of evictions, a lot of utility shutoffs, and we unfortunately just don't have nearly enough resources to be able to do that. So all of our programs and our veterans program, a lot of veterans experiencing housing crisis,
Mhm.
those are probably our big three that are always, we never have enough to be able to meet the need.
Very much in demand.
Yeah.
Is there any new or expanding program that people should know about?
Yeah. So one of the things we're doing as an agency is we're really working to step into the two-generational approach to alleviating poverty, really truly moving families together out of poverty. And so one of the programs we have to do that is called family empowerment coaching. So they work with people who um, are just wanting somebody in their corner to support them and coach them, and everybody is making their own decisions, doing their own thing, but we're their champion behind the scenes, like helping them navigate and support, and it has truly made a huge difference in people's lives. So that's our most recent program we're really excited about.
That's really cool. We always joke that there's like no parenting manual out there. There's no like, you're a
Yep.
family, but you don't always have. And so that seems like it would be a good tool to have to be able to help people figure things out sometimes because
Yes.
there's so many things to know and we can't know them all. So
Yep.
very
Exactly.
cool. So, what organizations in your region do you collaborate with regularly? Do you have regular things that you do in the communities? Are there ways to get access to you through other organizations?
Yeah. I think one of the newest exciting one we have is with you folks at LSND. So that's really exciting. We're providing on-site legal services once a month. So that is open to the public. We're super jazzed about it. It's a really good way to bring legal services to people who need it. Especially like, navigating those housing issues. A lot of times there's a lot that you folks can do in support of that, which is really, really great.
Yes.
We work with 211 and First Link to do the housing navigation. So we always definitely highly recommend 211 and First Link in their programs.
Okay.
Otherwise, really, we believe that our work can't be done without partners. And so we're
Mhm.
always really trying to work closely with any partnerships in the community, like Furniture Mission of the Red River Valley, all different kinds of partnerships and resources to try to close those gaps.
Yeah. It's really interesting how having to work together, a lot of the nonprofits and a lot of the agencies, that so many things interconnect, and having all those relationships and partnerships is really important
Oh, yeah,
to be able to connect people.
absolutely.
So, how about, do you have any success stories that show your impact in the community or what things that
Yeah.
you're very proud of? Yeah.
I have one that I've been talking about recently, and I love this one so much. So this is a gal who entered our programs through 211 process, and she was homeless, living in a car with a couple kids, was fleeing a domestic violence situation. We first started working with her to just literally work on housing, and she was interested in doing some career coach to try to move herself forward. We supported her in getting housed, we helped her complete training, and then she moved into our empowerment program. And it's been almost 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years. She's now a business owner, she's a homeowner.
Mm.
She was closed because she was doing so well, and she said, I want to stay open just to have you in my corner. Like, she
Mhm.
still wants to stay with our program because we're providing just that, like, somebody to talk to, somebody to,
Mhm.
some people, just don't have a lot of community connections. We're helping, and we build those community connections for people, but also help navigate all the paperwork of her business, help,
Mhm.
navigate just tough times, like that person to talk to. So she's just doing absolutely fantastic. And it's exactly what we want for people to be able to move on and be able to like step into the world that they want, however they want that to look.
I think that's really cool because well, many people don't necessarily understand is being able to create those community partnerships and the community resources. It also improves local communities. It improves business ownership, housing. All of those things actually drive economic development in our towns and cities. And it
Mhm.
seems like a missing connection sometimes that people don't realize how that one little step up can really improve having workers in your workplace and having all those other things that
Oh,
you
absolutely.
don't
Like
connect.
if you would
So,
have looked, if you assume that somebody who is experiencing homelessness isn't capable of, being,
hmm
I mean, we just look at that crisis brain and how hard it is. And when you have somebody who can help you step through that process, like people can achieve great things because they have the ability, but our brains can't work when we're in crisis. Like that's, and
yep.
so I'm really, really, it's just really awesome to know that we can have that impact on people's lives.
Yes, that's cool. That's really cool. And I do it, the crisis brain, you get overwhelmed and you can't function no matter how smart you are and how much, how many resources you have, you get to a point where you just can't function. So that's a great
Yeah.
example of how you help. So um what do you see as the biggest challenges right now in the Southeast area? I heard homelessness. I've heard, the eviction issues. Is there anything else that you're seeing as a big challenge down there?
Um, I think just really wanting to um, continue to improve the understanding of our impact and why these programs are so
Mhm.
important. And making sure that people understand that it's okay to get support from us and
Yep.
that it can make a difference in people's lives. I think that that's the most important thing, and to just make sure that we stay strong and keep doing what
Yeah.
we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard sometimes with convincing people it's okay to get help and then convincing others to help. It's kind of like this weird juxtaposition between the two sometimes that it's okay to help.
Yes. Yes, it
Um,
is. Yeah.
How about common misconceptions? Are there any misconceptions about what community action does? What I thought was very interesting earlier that you said was that everyone is different. They're very local and they do different things. Are there any other misconceptions about what community action does or doesn't do?
Yeah, I mean, I think that and this isn't a I suppose it's just a language thing, but sometimes people get us confused with community options, which is fine. We just want to direct people in
Okay.
the right direction. And I know they do the same, so there's no issues there. I do another misconception is maybe that we administer ND rent help. That has come
Okay.
through before. So we just want people to know that we're just a partner in that program. And if they have any concerns there, that's a state program. But otherwise, I think, yeah, maybe the conception of that if you get a service in one community action, you should be able to get the same thing here. And um, yeah, those are kind of the main ones I usually hear.
I can understand that, but the ND rent help one, especially since it's state agency, we get that too. Legal services gets, well, can't you do something? And like that, it's not. We don't run it, so we can only help facilitate, but we can't really do anything about it. So totally
Exactly. Yep.
understand that one.
Yep.
And so, how do people reach out to you, or what would make it the easiest way for people to reach out to SENDCAA and have you reach more people too?
Yeah. Usually what we've been hearing for the most part is most people call us and we
Okay.
absolutely love callers. So our number is 701-232-2452. Our website has a comprehensive list of everything we do. Sometimes that's kind of nice to look and see and have an understanding, but always feel free to call and ask about wait lists or we always try to help direct people in the right direction. If you have any questions about how to navigate resources or things like that, we try to help people do that. Um, or reach out to any one of our team and we'd be happy to kind of help point in the right direction.
Very cool. Well, thank you. Is there anything I forgot to ask that you want everyone to know about SENDCAA?
Oh, I didn't say our website. So it's www.lsnd.org. SENDCAA.org. But
Okay.
other
And
than that,
I
I
will
don't
upload
think
that.
so. I appreciate
Okay.
you having me.
I appreciate you talking to me for a few minutes on a Monday morning. And I will put in the live stream notes, I'll put the phone number and website in there so that people can click on it directly from the
Perfect.
notes. So, but thank you for your time, Sarah. I appreciate it.